Please don't ever trust an addict when they tell you their side of the story. If I've learned anything from my years of dealing with addicts over the course of my life, and again, I've dealt with more than my fair share. I've had people in my family. I was in an industry that has a lot of addicts in it. I was a stand-up comic for 15 years. I've been around a lot of addicts in my day, and if I have learned anything from that experience is you cannot trust an addict's story. Even when they're sober, sometimes they don't necessarily give you the full story. The fact that Britney has never admitted that she has a problem, that she's an addict, when she clearly is, I think that's a big warning sign, and I think that's probably a sign that she's not capable of taking care of herself. And I don't think that this is going to end well. And I don't watch her social media or pay attention to her social media, but clearly she's not in a good place. Who knows how long it's going to take for her to fall apart again. But I do think one of the things that Kevin Federline said in his book that I do agree with is because of the whole Free Britney movement and the way that this whole thing has gone, a lot of people are afraid to get close to Britney. They're afraid to help her. They're afraid to get her help because they're afraid of looking like the bad guy. And oftentimes when you're dealing with an addict or somebody with severe mental illness or both, you have to be the bad guy. Like, you have to be a jerk. Like, you have to be the bad person that doesn't let that person do the thing that they want to do, because that's how you keep them alive. If you've ever been on that end of things, you can look at the Britney Spears situation very differently than if you're just looking at it as somebody who's like, yeah, I wouldn't want my rights taken away from me. Of course you wouldn't. Like, if you're not an addict, or if you are an addict, you definitely don't want your rights taken away from you because you're you know, driven by your addiction. But like, if you're just a reasonably, you know, mentally healthy person that doesn't have a severe addiction problem or something, of course you wouldn't want your rights taken away from you. Like, that's a normal human thing to feel. But unfortunately, if you look at it from the perspective of somebody who is dealing with somebody who's an addict or somebody who is severely mentally ill, you have to see it from a different perspective.